So coming back, everybody. Legendary Lives. Where were we? I believe Christabel and Shining Star had cavorted in a temple of Dana, and then somewhat surprisingly rescued a kidnapped little folk child, and then found themselves stumbling into yet more elves in a tent in the middle of the
yes, for some sort of religious on the road off-brands Dana gathering.
Indeed. Meanwhile, girl has been winning presidential again.
Well, she's now has a Yeti buddy.
That is true.
We think.
While being on the run from the...
You're just scrambling all over the back alleys of Smithtown at this point, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, and ironically was trying to turn over a new leaf and be less violent, perhaps, but circumstances seem to be pushing me in different direction.
But having rescued, in inverted commas, the Yeti from some unfriendly seeming serpentines, we will perhaps pick up there. You had just, as I recall, opened the cage the Yeti was kept in, and they had emerged in a towering over even girl with their full height as a huge, furry, gangly creature of the forests.
Not going to be able to smuggle him out of here in a cart.
No.
And he's making a low, growling noise in his throat, trying to point to himself as he towers over you and says, Darum.
Darum, you said?
Darum. I'm spelling it D-A-R-E-M.
Okay.
Growly one.
And girl will repeat Darum and will point to herself and say, girl.
Mm-hmm.
And from last week, I had, there were also two wolves that were unleashed,
there were
essentially.
Several wolves unleashed, and last seen, as I recall, falling upon an injured serpentine.
Right, and right, and I had closed the door behind me to kind of leave the wolves in there to do their work, and had released the Yeti from the cage. I think what girl will now do is make her way to the other door, not the door that has the serpentines and the wolves behind it, but to that door that she had come in.
Okay.
And had kind of wedged it a little bit, but she wants to now, with a little bit of time that has passed, open up that door and look down that alley to see what is there.
Cool. Okay. So you had to wait for the door shut. So I suppose you are unwedging it, and the Yeti has come up behind you, watching what you're doing. I don't see that I need to make you roll to be able to open the door again. Partly because you got such a good roll and you actually did it. So I will let you open it and peek out into the alleyway behind, which is still quiet at the moment.
I think Yeah, I think because the last time I came down here, there was something of a ruckus that I had helped to create. I think if I see that it seems clear, I think I will listen to see what sounds I might be able to pick up. I mean, is there still an uproar going on, or?
Yeah. That sounds like a listen roll to me.
If somebody weren't just keep scattering corpses all over the city, then.
All right, let me see. Where's my? Just passable.
Passable. Okay, cool. So you can hear the general sounds of the city waking up. It's still early morning. People emptying slot buckets into the streets, alleyways behind their buildings. Passable is. So I have the list.
Rod is our maven for such things, is he not?
It's not quite successful, or
yes. So, in the context of what else is happening, you can't hear anything out in the alleyway. It doesn't sound like anyone pursued you down when you went down there before, or heard anything. So you don't hear anything out there.
Okay, then I think what I will do is take Dharam. I'm assuming that's the name of the Yeti, and that's what that was about. So I will take Dharam by the hand and start to make my way back down the alley.
Okay, cool. Let's say it goes. As I'm picturing it, it goes in two directions. So the direction it came from, and you can keep going further down, past the door you came in, and if you want, whichever way direction you'd like to go. Are you heading back towards where you had left the poor unburied corpse of Sunflower?
Yes, I mean, I think the quickest way out of the city, which is kind of what Girl right now would like to accomplish, that would probably be best for the Yeti as well, would be seeing what is going on near the gate that I had left.
Okay. So let's have a stealth roll to creep back to the mouth of the alleyway you ducked down. I'm giving you -1 column shift for being accompanied by a huge giant yeti. Although yetis are apparently relatively quiet and peaceful in their movement.
All right. Well, I rolled a good, so that would take me down to passable with my stealth.
Glancing out of the alleyway mouth, you can see troops of the metal militia stomping up and down in the street. Someone is questioning the guy from one of the guards you spoke to earlier next to Sunfox's cart. Your cart, yeah, Sunfox's. But so it doesn't look like there's much of a. It doesn't look very quiet and peaceful at the moment.
And you said there are a lot of troops around there. So I think what I would do is go back the other way now on the alley.
Okay.
Try to find a place that's a little less hot, as they would say.
Okay. Let's see.
It seems like Dharam is following along. Yes, trusting me.
He seems to be happy that someone's allowed him out of this cave. Unlike the wolves, he doesn't seem to have a burning desire for vengeance on certain people. He's just following me behind at the moment. Okay, in fact, so you're creeping back down the alleyway in the other direction. Yes, give me another listen roll. As you go past the fighting their Yeti pit building.
This time I get a great result.
Ah, cool. Okay, you can definitely hear the screams and howls of wolves as someone has gone into the building, or wolves are starting to leave the building, and people are noticing that. you're a bit far away to hear exactly what's going on, and they're very definite. Well, the sound of the wolves howling carries, and the sound of people screaming in response carries almost as well to where you are.
Well, you do have quite a nice ready-made diversion. If anything could distract from a wolfling and a yeti sneaking away, it's a wolfish massacre happening, next door. So I guess that's...
Yeah, I think what Girl is going to try to do is continue to kind of make her way down the alley. Hopefully, get past past that door and just continue on.
Okay, cool.
In that direction.
Right. Are you hoping to get to anywhere in particular, or is it just anywhere that's safe?
From what I know of this city, does it have 4 main gates in every cardinal direction? Is that the layout?
You know enough to know that it has 4 main gates almost in every cardinal direction. There is an east gate, a northwest gate, a southwest gate, and a canal gate, or water gate exiting, which is basically goes north.
And we came in through what gate originally?
When you first came in, you crept in through a culvert round to the northwest of the city, sort of the north end of where the camps are outside. The second time you came in, a similar area, but you climbed up a road over the wall.
Yeah,
we actually haven't been through a gate yet.
Whereas Shining Star and Christabel did go out the northwest gate into the Elven Gladed community.
So I think what Girl would try to do is, as best she can, try to make her way back to the way that I had originally entered the city, which was through the tunnel system, right? And so, given that that's probably one of the areas that's most familiar to Girl, right? She would kind of try to kind of rely on her sense of direction and landmarks to make her way there.
That makes sense. The way you remember getting in was at that point was through the sewer entrance near to Max's house. But you can certainly try and find. Let's have a direction.
I got a great result on my direction.
Oh, okay. With the benefits, it seems, of wolf distractions, you are able to creep through. You're able to creep through the back roads and alleys of the still waking up town to the streets where you know there's a facility. So
this is like a grate in the road that we.
Yes, as I recall, it's a grate that you threw open at the same time as carrying one or two of the others up previously.
Rod,
let's revisit.
Rod, your role playing from last session sank into my mind sufficiently that I have no problem imagining the Yeti's winsome, savage expressions as each event proceeds. I just have no problem. Yeah. I'm like, what is he looking like? Oh, he looks like this, and there's a face.
Yes. Okay.
I think what Girl would do when if she can get up to what looks like it might be the grate that she had pushed through initially, she will lift up that grate and direct Darham's attention down.
Cool. Okay. Let's have. I'm gonna let you open the grate. That's fine. The Yeti looks unconvinced about disappearing into a hole in the ground, being as A, they're 8 foot tall, and B, they're a creature of the hills and outside. But let's have a nature roll. See if you can communicate enough to reassure them that they are safe doing it. They're not tame, so nature.
Oh, this may not.
Make enough rolls and something will go wrong.
Yeah.
This ends up being a feeble attempt on my part.
Okay.
Don't
Well,
forget the mandatory embarrassment.
I would like, if you'd like to describe your increasingly desperate miming to the Yeti, or what you're saying to it to persuade it to go into this hole.
I think what this entails is in somewhat hushed tones saying, "Dharam, Dharam," pointing down, and even myself going halfway down, right, to kind of show what direction needs to be taken, and it's kind of increasingly, gesticulating, "Come down, come down."
Right, cool. Okay, the Yeti, bemused.
Eventually, you're just sitting there exhausted. It's looking at you. What are you trying to say?
Increasingly unconvinced as you start to disappear into a hole in the ground, clearly not following you down. And then the wind changes. Something on the wind clearly catches Darren's attention. He's sniffing, looking round, and he starts loping off down the road away from you. Something has distracted him enough from this escape plan of yours. Oh, yet is your problem.
I think this one is. I think this one is kind of my problem. I don't want to leave him out in the city by himself. I'm thinking about trying for a miracle at this point.
Ooh, okay.
Seems like a miracle might be in order.
What sort of the four available types of miracles are you interested in experiencing? We could have. I'm imagining this is going to be not a fortification miracle.
No.
Basically, a guidance miracle. Are you after some information or guidance from the universe and higher planes that girl thinks on, or a assistance miracle, or a wonder of some sort? Or tell me what you want to do, and we'll fit it into something.
Well, I mean, what I'm ultimately hoping to accomplish is to get this this Yeti down in the tunnel. Is what I want to accomplish.
Okay.
Sounds to me like a wonder. That would be a wonder. A specific event to
either
occur.
that or an assistance miracle. So, yep, which are basic.
Yeah, I think the assistance might be interesting to try to see if I could get some assistance.
Okay, tell me what your entreaties for a miracle are like.
Well, I think I've been sitting down here frustrated that Dharam has not been responding, and now I see Dharam wandering off, and realizing that the Yeti is a kind of natural being, right? I mean, they live in the forest, and right, that ultimately I'm trying to get the Yeti out of a place where it really is not going to be equipped to survive. I think I kind of look up at the skies, perhaps still has some stars up there, and I'm kind of supplicating. I don't really have a specific god that I worship, but I'm kind of supplicating to the natural world that it helped me to get this Yeti to a place where it belongs. Certainly, and that certainly is not deeper in the city.
Cool. Okay, so Ron was completely correct. This is a wonder, unless it would involve some sort of assistance arriving to help, which would be an assistance miracle, to remember how they work. Sounds like fun. Normally wonders of some sort have a roll required of great or higher. So go for it. Let's see how that works.
Oh, I don't think this is going to do it. I got passable.
Man, you are stuck with a difficult to corral Yeti. You're not exactly, safe in either, as yourself. So
okay, so
What happens when a wolf girl and a yeti are lost in the big city?
sounds like a sitcom coming.
or the start of a joke, right?
What happens initially is that the morning breeze picks up into a strong wind blowing back towards you from where the Yeti is. But only momentarily, not long enough for any sort of change of heart, and he's still loafing off down the road. Are you inclined to follow, or have you got other things on your mind?
Yeah, I'm almost at a crossroads. It's like either do I just go off by myself down in the tunnel, or do I'm not going to give up on the Yeti yet,
Okay,
though.
cool.
I think girl, in frustration, before the Yeti gets completely out of sight, in frustration and some exasperation, is stupid Yeti, and will. Not at the top of her voice, but we'll kind of in a hushed yell say "Darum, Darum," and we'll take off after the Yeti,
Cool.
seeing where he's going to go and trying to see if there's something that I can do to kind of turn him in a more productive direction.
Okay, cool. We will find out how that goes in a moment.